Howdy folks, Franklin Day back here again on YouTube. Today I'd like to post another card model build I've done. This is the Model Res kit in 133. This is the Douglas TBD Torpedo Bomber. I believe I've done a build thread on this at papermodelers.com, and the kit's out of print. To my knowledge, they don't make it no more, so I guess from going through the internet a few times, I think I've seen a couple of pirate kits of it though, but like I say again, you don't want to build no pirate kits on papermodelers.com because it's forbidden. And anyway, I'd like to show you my TBD Devastator torpedo bomber, and we'll talk about its history and the model itself. Right here, fellas, this is my Model Res card model on a scale of 133, Douglas TBD Torpedo Bomber, and the paint schedule of blue-gray and light gray at the bottom. Give a little fast walk around. You got a full detail cockpit. You got a 3-man crew here this thing is suited with. You got a tail gunner, a bomb aimer, and pilot. You got a full detailed cockpit in here. There's a front view of it. Prop spins. That's about all it works on it as a prop. The tires again are made out of cardboard disc, turned on a lathe. This is all paper, folks. All paper. There's no aftermarket parts in this kit because they don't make anything. This is a big airplane, as you can see. The TBD Devastator had a wingspan of 49 feet. This is about 6 feet shy of the Avenger, the TBF. Here's a profile of the TBD Devastator torpedo bomber. The paint schedule on this is all blue-gray with light gray at the bottom. The stripes in the tail and the roundels with a star meatball is all 1941 up to 1942. After the Battle of Midway, these were admitted on all naval aircraft. The Navy was experimenting with grays and blues back in those days. So after the gray-blue was done and over with, they went back to non-specular sea blue, intermediate blue, and white. It had chalking of the shades of the ocean as they flew low, but the paint schedule in this is, like I say, is all blue-gray with light gray at the bottom. Here's the bottom side of the aircraft. As you can see, the torpedo. If you look real close to the head right here, if I get to you, you can see the bomb at the nose of the torpedo right there. You can see the bomb bay doors right there. This aircraft was very versatile. It could be either used as a high-level bomber or torpedo bomber. Excuse me, folks. The TBD was well suited as a torpedo bomber because the T4M Martin torpedo bomber was obsolete. It was stricken from the Naval Register. That TBD's entered service by 1936. And after Pearl Harbor, World War II was declared. And the Battle of Midway was a stepping stone of the island hopping campaign. We got Midway. We had the Japanese on the run after that, as the tide turns. During the Battle of Midway, the TBD Devastator was a failure. He had 16 air crews were killed instantly. Only one survivor left. That was Ensign Gay, or Torpedo Squadron 8. The markings on this TBD Devastator comes from the USS Hornet, Torpedo Squadron 8. I don't know whose aircraft it is. It was not Gay's, and it's not Lieutenant Waldron's. The TBD's Devastator after Battle of Midway, it was stricken from the Naval Register. They had no use for them no more. Lucky they had an ace in the hole, the TBF Avenger. It was a successor to the TBD. Today, in this world today, there's no TBDs left at all. They don't exist in this world. All the things that exist on TV, books, videos, and models. To my point of view towards it, it's one hell of an airplane. It's a beefy, it's strong built aircraft. But I think mostly the problem with the Devastator during the Battle of Midway is that the pilots weren't very trained that well. I mean, you had no experienced combat crews that participated during the Battle of Midway. You got to realize we were fighting the Japanese, and they were over 2 or 3 years prepared as better pilots than what we have now. And evidently that was mostly the failure of the Devastator, is because that the air crews that we had, they weren't experienced pilots. A lot of them, most of them were actually destroyed by gunfire from the ships. Not one of them made their mark on their targets. Not one of them. They were blown out of the sky before they even released their torpedoes. Any of them that released their torpedoes never made their targets. And so that was into that. And the TBF Avenger was the mainstay of the United States Navy. General Motors was a subsidiary of Grumman Aircraft Company, and they made the TBM. Now, as back to the kit, the TBD kit was it's a pretty simple kit to build. I don't think a novice will have any problem at all in building it. It was a fun build for me, and it makes a good collection, 1/33 scale. And I'm pretty happy with it. There was no fit issues with the kit at all. The kit went together quite well. The cockpit detail is very detailed. I really enjoyed that. And there's no options on the kit, like folding wings and such, but they can be made by the builder. As I mentioned on my comment build, every time you tackle a card model, it kind of opens up doors. I mean, if I really slowed down a couple notches, I could have made these wings up and make them work up and down, you know. And I could have dropped some flaps on and everything, but I just built it as per kit. And I'm happy with it, though. The experienced builder should have no problem. Like I say, the kit's totally out of print. I don't think they make it anymore. The only way you'd be able to get them is through Pirates kits. They're okay as long as you don't build them on PaperModeler.com, because it's forbidden. They don't mind if you build them at home somewhere like that. If you want to post it, you can post it on there as a complete built kit. They won't say much. They won't say anything, but something they're kind of funny about pirate kits. So I like to stress one more time again that PaperModelers.com is a wonderful place to go, and to me it's the best website there is. And you got to abide by their policies. You know, that's their beliefs. And like I say, I salute them. But anyway, back to the kit. There's nothing objective about the kit that I can see. It's a very decent kit. Very strong, too. Well, folks, looks like the hands of time is giving me the time to get out the air. In other words, they'll cut me loose. And I'd like to thank you, everybody, for viewing my YouTube presentations. I'm getting a little better at this, and hopefully in another 2 more days I'll have a webcam right here, and you can be able to see a lot more better of my models, and perhaps you'll see me in action doing my job. Right now I'm a greenhorn, I'm beginning all this stuff. I get tongue-tied a lot because I don't know what to say. I'm not used to talking to myself, even to a webcam, but like my wife says, just act yourself and we'll come out all right. So anyway, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in on my video, and please subscribe, and may God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye, guys.